Hi guys, I'm Sonal and welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing a baked chicken dish with you. So I'm trying to eat as simple and as natural as possible. I just said I'm trying, so I don't always land up doing that or I'm not successful. But in this dish what I've done is I've made a basil pesto using some of the tomato puree that I make, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that later. I'm using about 500 grams of chicken thighs. You can use chicken breast for this recipe, and I'm flattening them. So you want to make sure that all the thick parts are flattened so that it cooks evenly. That's ready. I'm going to make one version of the pesto today. So here I have a bunch of basil leaves. You want to take all the thick stems away. I cut the tomatoes, take all the pulp and the seeds out, and then we pressure cook it. And I also peel it and we blend it and then store it in the refrigerator or the freezer and use it as and when we want. The reason to do all of this is to just get rid of the lectins. This is what we've been following recently. To this I'm adding a couple of tiny cloves of garlic. I've added about 3 tablespoons or so of the tomato puree. You can add more if you want. And here is a bunch of cheese. So this is a A2 cow's milk cheese. It's more like a cheddar cheese. Also I'm adding about 1/4 teaspoon of salt here, and you don't want to add too much salt right in the beginning because you want to make sure that your cheese isn't making it too salty. My cheese wasn't very salty. We're going to give it a taste, and after I tasted it I felt like it needed more salt. And now I'm adding 1/3 cup of an organic extra virgin olive oil. So also trying to buy the best quality that is available to me. Again, according to Dr. Gundry, that's the best way to get your polyphenols. I added a little bit extra cheese because it never hurts to have that. So I have made this pesto and I'm going to stuff my chicken with that. So what it does is it adds the greens. Herbs, as you know, are excellent for health. This is an easy way to add herbs to your food. So I always have a pesto in the refrigerator. If you want to watch that recipe, I have already shared that. So go to the link in the description and watch that recipe. I'm going to put a little bit of the tomato sauce on the bottom, and I have salted that tomato sauce. I'm also salting my chicken thighs here, putting about 1.5 tablespoons of the pesto in each of them. So I'm filling it and rolling it up, and you want to place it here. And I want to keep one of my hands always clean, so that's the reason it's a little awkward. But if you're okay with it, you can get all of your ingredients out in separate bowls, and then you can dirty your hands and dirty the ingredients because you're going to cook all of them. So I have most of my chicken breast in there. You can see about 1.5 tablespoons of pesto goes in, and now I'm like trying to place them evenly. I'm going to again lightly season it on the top. You can also add a little bit of pepper. So I'm draining my tomato puree or pulp because it is watery. Tomato puree is going to leave out some water, as well as the chicken is going to leave out some water, and that's going to be a delicious broth. So you don't want to get rid of that. You could definitely use store-bought puree which isn't as watery. So we've cooked it at 180 degrees for about 25 minutes. This water is really like a chicken broth or a chicken stock, so you can use it to make a sauce, soup, anything that you like. I'm going to make a sauce because I want to put that flavor back into my dish. So now my chicken is out. Depending on the size of your chicken thighs, you might need to go a little longer. Mine were cooked, but I'm going to still top it off with certain ingredients. So I've put pesto and I'm going to put some cheese. Before that, let me get the broth or the extra juice out, and you can use a blend of Mexican cheeses if you want. You can use any cheese of your choice. This is some mozzarella cheese. You can use fresh mozzarella, which would be even more delicious. This was easily available to me, so I used this. And now I baked it under a broiler for about 7 to 8 minutes. And here it is. Now I'm going to make the sauce, but I want to just give it a taste for seasoning. And this is the liquid that came out of the chicken. I'm putting it in a pot and I'm going to cook it down and also add a few ingredients. So I'm going to salt it a bit. I've tasted it. I've salted it a bit. I'm adding some cream at this point, about 1/4 cup or so. But again, you know, all of this is flexible because it's almost a free ingredient. It has no carbs. So go ahead and add as much as you want. And I'm putting some of the hot liquid into my Tetra Pak because I want to clean out all of the cream. And I'm also adding some extra cream. This is another fresh cream. And we're going to whisk this so that it becomes like a smooth and creamy sauce. Once that is done, I'm also adding about a tablespoon of tomato sauce or puree, which is store-bought, and that gives it that tangy umami flavor. You can add parsley and spinach. You should try to sneak in all of these things into your protein. And look how beautiful it looks. Of course, I took a break between filming the rest of it, and that's why it's kind of like not looking all gooey and soft. You reheat it in the microwave and eat it. So if you guys try this recipe out, let me know in the comments. Also, you can tag me on my social media handles. Information to all of that is in the description. If you've liked this video, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the notification bell, which is right next to it. Thanks for watching. Bye.